Okay, here's the beautiful precision to macro grading. Once again, part three of this great series and this slow motion, perfect golf action here. So let's just talk about the green line on the right. That's on the glove. The red line's on the shoulder joint of the left shoulder, right there. So just looking at these at the top of the swing, you see the beautiful slant to the knees, the shoulders down, left arm straight, not extra cocking of the hands. The first thing I want you to pay attention to is the red vertical line on the right hip pocket where the hand would go into the pocket. And you'll notice as he makes a transition piece here, he starts to add a little wrist hinge in there by the right wrist flexing back. And the right leg is really not going anywhere as far as the vertical aspect to the ground of the leg. It's retaining with that foot flat. You can see there's no banking yet. So the knee joint is staying over the ankle. And that's what's giving Mac the ability to add flex to the left knee, left ankle, and left hip. And what does that do for you? Well, it keeps the glove low on the green line there, keeping his head in place. Left shoulder stays low in transition all the way to P5 through P6.5. Right in here, he's just getting a little bit level with the shoulders. And that's, you know, amazing to do. And the way you get these done is by taking these components and really working on them and understanding, like my friend said, he uses the plumb bob as an idea. And I use for my students something what I think is super cool, which is the idea of a salmon weight that would be hanging from your back belt loop. Like I'm out in the Pacific area here, so we go salmon fishing, 3-pound weight. And if I could draw that a little more centered, that would be your lower center of gravity. And what you're trying to do is move that salmon weight, that 3-pound weight, over to your left ankle by impact. Now, Mac's already moved it. He's at P5 and he's shifted already. And by the time he's at impact, with the hands underneath the shoulder and over the inside of the left ankle there, that salmon weight would be quite a bit more forward and hanging right there. So some ideas of how you can visualize the back belt loop is a really good one because it's on the lower center of gravity, which is what the central nervous system works best with. When we get low like a linebacker and move, we can do athletic, strong movements. So the lower center of gravity is key. Now in this area here, guys, take a look at as he's releasing the club, what you'll notice is that pocket with the glove in it back there is going to start to rise now. So right at like 6.5, it's going to be 5.5 to 6.5 here. He's going up into extension. The left knee is breaking backwards. And now you're going to start to see the right foot banking. So as soon as that right knee starts to kick, that's when the hips shift into the other tilt. So they were down this way in the backswing, and now they've shifted upwards so the left hip is higher at collision. And his head is just going vertically up, depicted by the black lines on his visor are just going straight up, going into pure extension, hips pushing forward and up, releasing the joints. And you can see how soft those hands look. And that's how we get these things done. You can't, you have to pressure onto that left foot, but you can't do it if your right knee starts to kick. So what I'm saying to you is that knee joint there on the right side is just chilling out. You can see it. It is not firing. It's just hanging there as he starts to rotate that left knee away. And then again, we have the shins this way. And of course, as I pointed out, the knee, both knees to the left of the ankles. And that's the masterclass move there. How to get pure compression all day, all night. When you don't need good timing, if you have good mechanical movements, Bad timing day, not a problem. Well, leave some comments, guys. It really helps me out so I can create some more videos like this. And would enjoy also, if you subscribe and leave some, that part, just subscribe. Oh, yeah, like them. Yeah, subscribe and like, whatever. Yeah. The ball, and you're trying to get that angle out. Well, I don't know about some of you other pros out there or you amateurs that have tried to get the angle out. Typically, what happens is you don't know how to do it, right? So you start dragging this through, trying to get that ball, a club head to go to that golf ball, so you start moving your head more, or you start rotating like the modern swing, rotate it out and some way to get that club to sweep into that ball or pinch the ball instead of Max going up the elevator with his head right there and smashing that golf ball just like that. So, you know, you just have to know what you're shooting for and get after it. Yeah. Um, I might as well show you this while we're at it here. So, one of the things that I've always said to myself when I looked at the Hogan impact, right? Um, and Mac, like I think about 80% of Hogan mechanics, and then 20% would be Sneed. That's sort of his model for Morad. So right there, the hands. If you've ever thought of this, guys, your hands are right over the instep at contact. I didn't quite get that drawn there. There we go. So middle of the hands there is right at the instep. So I used to practice a lot, taking practice swings and trying to make divots at the near the arch of my shoe. Right, put the ball there where he's got the club head, and I would always try to make divots by the instep. So I knew that I'd have to shift forward. I'd have to get my hips that were here. By the time I hit the three amigos, those CGs, which would be the next video I do, have to get left. They have to. You got to get over there if you want compression. Now, you could not do that and try to sweep it with your hands, but that's not how you keep this angle descending down. You have to shift forward and keep the left shoulder down a bit longer while you're doing that from the top to P5.5. Now they're level. See? So, some great things to look at here. Let's let it play for a second for you guys. The elbows connected there. Can't see it, but it's separate. So hands are super quiet, coming down, shifting, extending up that head up the elevator. And then he lets the speed of the club get absorbed by the folding of the wrists and then the elbows. That cuts the radius down and the weight of the club and keeps you in balance so that you can have your head stay in place. Hogan would say the closest thing to the target was his belt buckle at the end of the swing, so he had that kind of bowed look, that was Ben's awesome finish to the swing. So there's the Mac mechanics and Morad with the CD shifting. And what I'll tell my guys that I teach out there, which really helps you guys. So I call it like people that ski, get the shins to, as you look down, the left of your feet and ankles. So the shins are tilted left to the right in our screen. The kneecaps, as you can see, are also to the left of the ankles, right there. And this one's a little outside. Okay, so those are things that you can help understand. That's going to move those legs, those bottom of the legs, the shins, the knees, and such, are going to move the center, kind of the crotch area there, the zipper forward to allow you to delay or lag or wait to deliver the club down to the ground instinctively. If you're centered, you're always going to try to pull the handle, and then we're dead because there's just no way to get the angles out and do it smoothly and be relaxed and all that stuff. So you haven't done that before, you should get on an online lesson with me. I'll explain it to you, show you what your swing looks like. Maybe you're doing some of it, and show you how the three CGs work to get that compression. All right. So there you have it. Any questions or comments, please definitely give me those, and then um, like and subscribe to the video if you did like it. And I'm going to make some more of these, so definitely the comments help kind of organize my next video. So that's be great. An online lesson, I'm going to leave information on here for you. Also, there's some private videos not released that I have. That's on my website that if you're interested, let me know. And I'll get you a link and you can get them. All right, thanks.